EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Quail Hollow was originally designed by the architect George Cobb back in 1961. And Frank, it features one of the most imposing finishing stretches on tour. They call it the Green Mile.
Yeah, 16, 17, and 18. What a great test and a wonderful way to finish this golf course. It has a nice flow to it. Anytime you're in the Carolinas, all these mature trees that really define the fairways. Everything's in front of you. Some greens with certainly a lot of pace out there. You tested every club in the bag. This is a great golf course.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. Man, that one is going to end up in the rough. No fairway here. This one in that rough.
What a great shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Second shot coming out of the rough here. From the rough, just a bit to the right, though.
The ball always starts where the club face is pointing. And this one, just right of the intended line. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So a tester from 4 feet. Even par early on. Still playing even for the day after the par. Teeing it up here at the second hole, Frank, it's a short par 3.
Yeah, it plays a little bit downhill, about half a club reach. There's a sort of shallow bunker in that back area, and also that green starts to reduce in size on the left side. Good par 3.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Now on the green, has about 10 feet left there to save par. Frank, how about that?
Well, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away. Instead, straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
This would give her the bogey. So with that, 1 over par. Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for 2 reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole. Over 450 yards.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Little uphill to this green, Frank. Good swing, good shot yet again. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Now the approach here at the third. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it was going to hurt the course.
Did the job right there. Now to the fourth hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball.
I'm loving that balance.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank, what are we looking at here on the second shot to the fourth?
Another green with three different levels. This time, though, the green runs away a lot from the right towards the left. You cannot afford to miss the green on the right.
That will be a great look at birdie. Third shot, looking for a good one. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Back to par for the round. For the par. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Now to the first par 5 here at Quail Hollow, the fifth hole. It's 570 yards, and it would seem, Frank, that this tee shot sets up well for a guy like Rory McIlroy.
It does. Someone that hits it long and moves the ball right to left, and that's what you're going to have to do here. One of the main reasons for that is not necessarily the dogleg, but the fact that the fairway, Rich, slopes away from you. It slopes to the right and away. So that makes that tee shot so much more difficult.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
Second shot.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
This is that awkward length. Ooh, inexcusable. Even par currently.
And with that, 1 under par. -3 now for the round. Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up. Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
Looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Getting set now over the putt. Nice par to remain 3 under. Looking to make a move. This putt for birdie. She has something going now to 2 under. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting. This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Do you like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and get any more out of that. Smart shot.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Now set for the second shot here at the par 5 7th hole. Mark a birdie on the card. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Out of the short par 4-8 here at Quail Hollow, just 350 yards. Frank, players can lay it up and just hit a little baby wedge into the green, but hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash it as far as she can hit it. That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Not a long shot here into the 8th, but Frank, this approach is still pretty challenging.
Yeah, this is a very narrow green with 4 different levels, so you can either go low, try and skip it up there, or just sort of grab a lofted wedge and try and land it and keep it on the same tier.
Not close, but not bad either. That one's about 25 feet away. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Oh, what an incredible shot. Frank, this is a really good way to finish out the front side here at Quail Hollow. 495-yard par 4.
Yeah, it's the longest par 4 at Quail Hollow. Some say it might be the toughest. I'm not quite in that camp. And the reason why, that green slopes in from both sides, the left and the right. But you can see why good drivers have done well here, because there's a big reward for thumping a big, long, straight drive down here.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Frank, what's ahead now on this approach shot at the long par 4 ninth?
Well, what's in favour for the player, Rich, is the fact that both the left and the right side of the green slope back towards the middle. So you can almost use them like sideboards.
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. This is a good-looking shot. Frank, this is the way you draw it up. This is how the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah, so far, everything going according to plan.
These putts keep the round together. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Knocked that down for par. Remains at 4 under. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. She is playing so well out there today, just unstoppable. Second from an excellent lie. And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Third shot, looking for a good one. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good, just did not take that final break.
But now a chance for a birdie. Starting to really play well, -5. And getting ready for the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Back here at the par 4 11th at Quail Hollow, set to tee off. What's the right game plan here, Frank?
There's two, really. That left bunker off the tee, it's about 265 yards to get it on the fairway, or 308 yards, 310 yards run out there. I've seen players just try and carry the bunker, sort of set up a short iron, and I've seen players like Rory McIlroy just try and blast a driver with a hook on it. Both strategies have worked.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next.
Well, it's a little absurd, that, Rich. The shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Pretty good result right there, considering
it looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
An approach shot here. Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart, pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
Par 4 12th here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right, and then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know your line off the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. That's an absolute beauty.
Boy, this is a challenging second shot here to the par 4 12th.
It's almost like two greens, Rich. That ridge that goes through the middle about the halfway point, 18 to 20 yards. Anything over that will kick on, and anything short of that runs back to the front.
Well played here, went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Second shot, good look at the green.
This is that awkward length.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it was going to hurt the cause. Now, putt for par.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. We're just playing a nice round of golf. Has that one for par, and now at 5 under par. That's a solid par putt. Now the par 3 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. There's a front right portion, there's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
"15 feet away."
A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
Good work right there, now to 6 under. Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey. Now at 5 under for the round. Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14?
It is, and this is where one of those strong 3-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards as the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard 3-wood trying to run it down there is actually not a bad play.
Is it drop? Frank, we've all been there. You hit one in the water, you're down. How do you regroup?
You've got to start from scratch again. Everybody's going to hit bad shots. That's just the nature of the game. But compounding mistakes, that's the problem that you want to avoid.
Now on to his 3rd shot after the last one went into the water. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Not her best effort, walks away with a bogey. Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second 9. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron.
In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Yeah, those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. You make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded.
So the eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie. Now a 7-footer.
It's a cruel game.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, it's kind of cool if your golf course has a menacing name for the finishing stretch. There's the Bear Trap at PGA National, the Gauntlet at TPC Sawgrass, and here at Quail Hollow, the Green Mile. Does it earn the nickname?
Rich, I don't know about the name, but I think if you want to look at 3 holes in a row that are really going to get your attention, perhaps wreck your card, then 16, 17, and 18 are 16 the par 4 over 500 yards, 17 is just fraught with disaster, and then 18 requires you hit your best tee shot. I think even if those holes were in 3 different parts of the golf course, they'll get your attention.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke. It's that sneaky distance.
Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. So stays at 6 under with that solid par putt. Frank, this is all you want in a par 3, especially late in the round. You have to carry the water. You have to deal with the pressure. At 221 yards, this requires a player's very best.
On the process of elimination, don't go long, don't go left, don't go short, and right is marginal. It doesn't leave you with much.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Unfortunately, that ball is wet. So this will be the 3rd shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game. If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. So with that make, now at 7 under par. Now to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal par 4 should be. That makes it hard. The bunker on the right is your bailout area, just over 290 yards to get past that, and then the narrowest green that still sits up against the lake. This is just a brutal finish.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
Well, you're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that front foot.
That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
Frank, what's the player need to watch out for here at 18?
That false front doesn't finish till at least 8 or 9 yards on, Rich. And then you've got 2 different tiers. Plus, it's a narrow green. Club selection here is just so important.
Getting set now over the putt. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. And with that, a very strong performance. It's a round of 66. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.